Hello everyone, and welcome back to another great episode of Rehana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be doing a video on how to make spinach parathas. Now I have this video done in Gujarati and I've had a lot of people asking for one that I would make in English, so we're going to do a quick demonstration here of how to make spinach parathas. And so what we're going to do here is, let me go ahead and explain you all the ingredients here. I have 2 cups of wheat flour in here, and you can use all-purpose flour if you want, but it's supposed to be healthy, so I used wheat flour, 2 cups in here. I've got just about half a cup of flour here that's just going to be using for dusting. We're going to use some olive oil for frying our parathas. You're going to have to excuse me, I have a really bad cough. We're going to be using 1 tablespoon of ghee. I have some water here that we're going to be using just to bind the dough. I have 2 cups of spinach here that I've roughly chopped up. I've got some green chutney here and some ginger and garlic. I've got some salt, and that's about it. All the ingredients should show up right here on the right hand side of the screen, otherwise you will see it down in the description. So make sure if you need to know the or you want to print off the recipe, just go under the description and the whole recipe should be on there. So let's get started here. So in my 2 cups of flour here, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of ghee. This is the same ghee that I have used to make when I showed the recipe or the tutorial on how to make ghee. It was pretty much darker color because it was liquefied, and now that it has solidified, this is what my ghee looks like. Go ahead and just rub my flour and the ghee together. Okay. And this should make about 8 parathas. Now this also depends on how big and how thick you're gonna leave your parathas. So, okay. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add the ginger and garlic in there. And if you don't want to use green chutney, that's perfectly fine. I just think that it gives it a really nice taste. Okay, go ahead and throw our spinach in there too. Right. At this point, just gonna mix it just a little bit, and then I'm also gonna put my salt in there, and you just want to put enough salt to taste. Okay. Now we're just going to use enough water to bind a dough. Just add water slowly so you don't have too much water and less flour in there. And I just used baby spinach that you get in a pack and just kind of roughly chopped it up. Okay. Alright, so basically I've got my dough binded here. It's not too soft, not too hard. We're just going to take this and we're going to cover it, and we're going to let this rest for about 20 minutes. When we come back, I'm going to show you how we're going to have the layers into the paratha and how we're going to fry it up. It's been 20 minutes and we're back here with our flour, or our dough. And what we're going to do now is I'm just gonna sprinkle some flour, just like so. I'm gonna just make it just into as big as I can. In the same way that we did the dough, you can do the same thing and make them also into puris, which you can deep fry them. They also turn out really, really good. And the thinner you make it and the more we roll it, the more you're gonna see it have a lot of layers. So I think this is good enough. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and add some olive oil right on here, just like so. And at this point, if you want it to even be more more creative, what you could do is even go ahead and add green chutney right on top of this here, and you're gonna have even more flavor in it. I know my mom. I remember my mom used to make it even with just any kind of pickle or a tano that we would have sitting at home. Mom would just put it in between and it would actually taste really, really good. All right, now we're just gonna go ahead and sprinkle it with more flour. Now there's a couple ways that you can do this. Basically it turns out to be the same thing. The video that I have in Gujarati, I actually make like strips here about 2 inches, and then I roll them up individually. But what you could also do is just roll up the whole thing, just like so. Just roll it a little bit tight. Okay. Just like so. Okay. Then what you want to do is you just want to take about 2 inches, just pat it down just like that, put them on a plate. This is such a great thing. You can eat it as a late night snack. You can have it as a breakfast or a lunch, or even have like a vegetable curry and have it with that. Okay. So you're just gonna have that. sprinkle it with a little bit of flour on both sides and just roll it. Now you can make these as big or as little as you like. I like making them just medium. And then I've got my pan heating up over here. We're just gonna wait till it gets a little brown on the bottom. And just before I turn it, I'm just gonna add a little bit more olive oil on this side, so it fries really nice on both sides evenly. And whenever you make this paratha, it's very important that your stove has to have enough heat. The tabletop stoves don't have that much heat, so it takes a while for it to brown on both sides. But if you're doing it like on an electric top, or even mine is gas top, and the temperature is even higher, it will cook up faster and crispier. So just wanted to let you know that heat does play a big role in making parathas. And I have the rest of them all done over here, and basically this is what they look like. Really nice, crispy. Got one here that I've been snacking on. Simple things, even just with butter and honey, this would make a great breakfast. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and learning how to make the spinach parathas. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Rehana's Cuisines. Hope I can see you here next time with another great episode. See you then, friends.